Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to The Whisky Friend with me, Alan. Let me just pour this Glen Garioch 12. So this guys is the most requested whisky that I've had in the last year. I have tried to get a hold of it. Let's cover that up for a little bit here. Whisky Friend coin number 186 on this one. I'm going to bring back the housekeeping, guys. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping. So, if you're a returning subscriber, then thank you very much and welcome back. If you so happen to pop in for the first time and whisky's your thing, then yes, you've landed on the right channel. You may want to hit that subscribe button down below, guys. Don't forget to click the bell to keep you up to date whenever I'm dropping a new video or a new live stream. Friendly reminder from me today, it doesn't cost you anything, it's completely free, and you're helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 5k. So that's the housekeeping taken care of. Let's dive into this Glen Garioch. Yeah, Glen Garioch 12. You may be looking at that saying that doesn't say Glen Garioch, it says Glen Garioch, but yeah guys, it's definitely Glen Garioch. 12-year-old, founded in 1797. Just a quick one, guys, as well. I'm going to give you a little bit of a history lesson on Glen Garioch at the minute as well in this review. Seeing it's been, as I say, it's been requested the most. So I have tried to source it a few times. I found it a wee bit difficult to get a hold of it. I was recently up in Scotland with the Malt Monk and we stumbled across it in a store in Edinburgh. So we went halves on a bottle. So yeah, I think I got a good deal. £46 we paid for it. So yeah, super deal on that one. Packaging's fantastic. Just a little bit of cardboard. Nothing fancy. Let me get rid of that. And it states on the bottle, it actually states in two places that it's unchill filtered. Non-chill filtered, and it's a bottling strength of 48% ABV, so we're loving that. There's nothing about colour, folks, so sadly we have to assume that there may be a little bit of colour in here. If somebody knows any different, then just drop me a link into the comment and let me know if it's any different. But as it doesn't say in the bottle, we have to assume it may be coloured. So, Glen Garioch, it's up there in the east of Scotland, up there in Aberdeenshire. It was founded in 1797. How do you know that? Because it says it on the cork of the bottle. 1797. It's one of the oldest operating distilleries still producing in Scotland. It's operated by William Bowmore Distillers, who are owned ultimately by Suntory. It closed down in 1968. Amazingly, because of water shortages. They had issues trying to find water to produce the whiskey, but gladly it reopened again in 1972. They brought on a new manager and his main task was to find a new water source for Glen Garioch. Luckily he managed to come across one in a neighbouring farm. They actually call this the silent stream because you can't see it and you can't hear it. Sounds really wicked. Not sure if it's just a bit of marketing going on, but it sounds cool to me. So yeah, and it's been producing, it doesn't have a massive core range. It has the 1797 Founders Reserve, it has this Glen Garioch 12, and it does in batches, but I think it has some really old stuff kicking around. 35-year-old, 30-year-old, 35-year-old, 40-year-old, maybe even a 50-year-old, but they're super big money stuff with those. So this is within my budget. This is where I want to find my kind of whiskey journey carrying on. If somebody wants to send me some 35, 40-year-old and 50-year-old Glen Garioch, then please feel free to send me it. I'll drop links into the description. But yeah, the distillery, it produces about 1 million litres of alcohol per annum, which is a decent size. It's not the biggest and it's certainly not the smallest. It has 4 stills at the distillery. It has 2 wash stills and 2 spirit stills. So yeah, that's pretty much, that's your little history lesson on Glen Garioch. I'm sure if anybody knows anything else, again guys, fire into the comments and let me know. Let's dive into this and nose it and taste it and score it and get going. So yeah, as I say, Whisky Friend coin 186 on this one. Let's nose it. Wow, okay. So this, as I said, I don't know if I said earlier, but it's a maturation of ex-sherry casks and ex-bourbon casks. You can definitely get a quick whiff of sherry straight on, but it's not all sherry. Just follows straight up behind that is a really nice cereal note, maybe some nice malted barley note kicking in. Smells rich, beautiful. That cereal and barley Wonderful stuff. That's followed up by a really nice strong whiff of toffee, honey. There's a little bit of sweet shop character going on with this one. You've got that kind of confectionery note. I'm thinking with the fruit that I'm picking up maybe is pear, so it's influencing me to maybe some pear drops. You know, those boiled sweets, those pear drop sweets. Picking up lots of fruit now, the little orchard fruit. Now that the toffee and the honey have subsided a little bit, the fruit is now coming back in again. A little bit of orchard fruit, definitely the pears. Definitely a little bit of tropical note. I'm getting maybe some mango, maybe some pineapple. Or maybe the pineapple is that confection note again. Maybe I'm thinking maybe some pineapple chunks, stuff like that. Lots of vanilla, lots of honey. Wow, and there's a really, really nice hint of spice right in the back here. Little bit of oaky note as well, but the cereal, the barley, the fruits, the toffee, it's a really, really engaging nose. It's a really nice, it's a little bit of a complex nose, folks. A little bit of fruit cocktail going on as well. Maybe some cherries, maybe some pears. Really syrupy, so it's got that fruit cocktail kind of syrup. You know, those tinned fruits. Got a look at that going on. But yeah, what a wonderful nose, guys. So let's dive in and let's taste this one. So let's send it down the hatch. Oh, I'm liking that. That's nice. On arrival, it's a little bit intense. The 48% is certainly making itself aware, letting us know it's there. But at the same time, there was a little burst of fruit. The fruit came in, the pears, the apples, the cherries. They got swamped pretty quickly by the spices. Some dusty cinnamon, definitely some clove, a little bit of pepper, maybe a little bit of ginger. So lots and lots of spices come in, so it gives it a wee bit of intensity. I'm not sure whether it's the spices that are so hot or whether it's the ABV. It's maybe a balance of both. Real nice arrival. It's sweet. Got a real nice sweet arrival. Lots of barley sugars up front. Let's do a little second sip of that one. That was nice. It's right, it is rich. It's full flavour. There's lots and lots of flavour going on, guys. The toffee hits you straight off as well. Toffee, honey, vanilla, sticky honey. The fruits are there. There's a little bit of pear, cherry. Really nice orange note there as well now. So it's with that orange and the honey, it's coming across as a little bit of maybe a marmalade kicking in there. A little bit of sticky marmalade, but it's still spicy. It's still peppery. It's still a little bit. There's definitely heat there. On the second sip, it's not as hot. Real nice. But then as it's going through the development, the sherry now kind of kicks in. I'm picking up some dried fruits, raisin, sultana, a little bit of leather kicking in there. As it's into the development, there's a little battle going on between the bourbon casks and the sherry casks. I think I'm getting lots of toffees and vanillas and honeys, and there's the sultanas and the raisins are trying to kind of dive in amongst it. It's like a free for all, but it's beautifully balanced. Everything seems, nothing's overpowering. The sherry notes are great. The bourbon notes are great. There's no bitterness. There's a nice little oakiness coming in now as well, and it's a little bit creamy. So let's do one more sip of this, third sip. Really creamy, really nice mouthfeel. The balance is great between the sherry casks and the bourbon casks. Really nice, beautiful barley sugars. There's really nice sweetness to this. The spice, the sweet, the spice, the fruit, the sherry cask, the bourbon cask, beautifully integrated together. This is a really nice piece of work that they've done at Glen Garioch. Really happy to have tried it. Wonderful. It's took a while for me to get here, but wow, what a dram this is, folks. So let me give it a quick finish, do a bit for the finish, and then I'll score it and I'll get myself gone. Down the hatch. Okay, just before I do the finish, guys, I have tried this a couple of times with water. It does take water quite well. If you don't like that spicy intensity, then you might want to water that down a little bit, and it doesn't take a lot away from it. I just prefer the whiskey spicier and a bit more intense, so I'm not going to be doing water with it today. But as I say, if you have got this and you do want it a little bit tamed down, the water doesn't damage it in any way. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to sip on. But I'm loving the spices, I'm loving the intensity, I'm loving all that rich flavour. So yeah, no water for me, unfortunately, with this one today, guys. But the finish is lovely. There's a little bit of black tea in there on the finish. Beautiful spicy oak, spiced oak, maybe polished oak. There's a little note in there towards heading from the end of the development towards the finish, where it is going a little bit polishy, a little bit kind of woody, and heading into the finish there's that beautiful kind of spiced oak, polished oak, lacquered oak, a little bit aromatic, and then in the finish that black tea's there, the toffee and the honey is really a wee bit more dominant with it, and there's a really nice little piece of oak there. The spicy oak's really nice on the finish. All in all, a beautifully balanced whiskey. Loving it. I know it's taken me a wee bit of time to get it. Don't know why that is. I've tried in a few different places, but now I'm happy to have it and I'm happy to do it. What I'm looking forward to doing this, guys, now that I've tasted this and I've enjoyed it that much, I'm looking forward to battling this against something, because I think in one of the live streams it came out, is it as good as this? Is it as good as that? Is it better than that? Is it better than this? So I need to find something substantial to put this up against. So there will be a battle coming soon with this one, folks. Or it may be a blind tasting with this in it, with some other whiskies of comparable, to see how it stacks up against its peers. So look forward to that one, folks. But other than that, if you've liked the video, guys, don't forget to give me smash those thumbs up button. It's just down there. Remember the subscribe button. Don't forget the bell. If you've tried this Glen Garioch, have you tried it? Have you not tried it? Do you love it? Do you not love it? Do you hate it? Is it not as good as everybody's saying it is? If it's coloured, if somebody can tell me if there's colour in it or not, that'd be great. Just dive into the comments and let me know. Other than that, we're on all the social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those. Patreon, I'll drop links into the bottom. If you want to pick up some coins, I'll do all the links into the description down below. But that's pretty much. I'm Alan, I'm the Whiskey Friend, and as always, the pleasure's in the sharing, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheers now, bye bye.